Every 3 years, the best sailors on the planet compete in the world's toughest offshore challenge, the Volvo Ocean Race.
1, 2, go!
Stance.
For the 12th edition, 7 teams left Alicante, Spain, to cross 4 oceans and 5 continents over 9 months. It is the ultimate endurance test that all professional sailors dream of doing.
It's just relentless.
With a fleet solely composed of the Volvo Ocean 65, a boat designed to take on the most grueling offshore race. Crews are pushed to the limit in a competition that has never been closer. Battling 24/7, fighting storms, and defying the worst that Mother Nature can throw at them.
You get a beating out there.
Pushing the crews to a place where there is only a thin margin between winning the leg
First one. Nice, very nice.
or losing it all.
Holy shit, I can't believe this. I can't actually believe this happening.
This is their story. It's just over 2 weeks into the unforgiving leg 5 of the Volvo Ocean Race. The fleet is sailing through heavy winds and freezing temperatures across the Southern Ocean. The one design boat is a success, and the racing has never been so close, forcing the teams to push their limits. But sailing the line can have a hefty price, as Dongfeng Race Team is finding out. Their mast broke into 2 parts the previous night, leaving the team with no choice than to stop racing and head for the closest port, Ushuaia, to assess what to do next.
So the mast is broken. It's still 4 meters of mast stick dangling on top of the mast. Still got the flapping off the rig. Right now we try to save what we can from the mast. We're about 15 miles from shore. So we try to make port tonight. We see we still have to get this sail down, so we have a bit of work before we can go ashore.
With debris hanging down, the team needs to secure what's left of the mast to avoid any further damage or accidents.
I go up, I take up the pin, and I cut the sail.
No, you cut the sail and...
Yeah. I cut the sail and I try to take up the pin. And then I go up and I cut everything I find.
Exactly.
The boat cannot resume sailing until the work is done.
Okay, let's go. Slowly, this is good speed, not faster.
Mein Gott, the disc broke during the ascension. Ready, guys? It will go very quick, huh? Ready? Okay. I cut. Down, we've got a rig, even not a full one, Ushuaia, and after that thinking to be at the start in Itajaí. Most important.
We'll have a nice trip inside the Pickle Channel. We are going to join the short team who's waiting for us in Ushuaia and try to deliver the boat as soon as possible to Itajaí.
Hopeful that their shore team will be able to fix the problems, the Franco-Chinese boat moves towards dry land. Thousands of miles away in Itajaí, Brazil, the race village is getting ready and the shore teams are preparing for the next steps in the race. Team Alvimedica sailor Sébastien Marcet is using his time off the boat to rest and get ready for the next leg.
So it's really good to have a break first because, as every sailor can tell you, we're getting tired of being sailing that much and having that less rest. So for sure I would have loved to do this leg, but also I was really happy to have some rest for myself. And it's also good to be able to see what's going on from the outside, like all the information you never get on the boat about the other boat breaking and all what's going on during the leg and you don't know when you're sailing. I think all the information we put together with Anderson is going to help the team to keep improving. We came in touch during the leg with Anderson, which is doing our data analysis, just to chat about the weather, about routing, and I'm also looking at what the other boats are doing in terms of streaming through the pictures and video I can get from the media. So we are sharing our information to put together a good debrief for the guys when they come ashore.
Being a step removed from the boat, Sébastien is looking at the big picture as he studies his crewmates and the other team's workflows, learning quite a few things along the way.
For me, the most interesting part about looking the race from the outside is seeing the routing and strategy, but as it's one design, it's all really close, so there is no major split. There is some little move, but it's not really big, and each time we're coming ashore, we're trying to look at all the picture from the leg, but it's a lot to get in one time, and when you've got someone ashore only doing this, he can get everything from every single day and register every picture he finds interesting, and that's really good because it's one design, but we are not all using the boat the same way, and some of the boats are showing better boat speed at some stage, and it helps to understand how they're doing it.
Team Alvimedica is the youngest team in the race, so for these young guys the learning curve is exponential.
It's a really young team. I'm quite young also in my sailing career, if I can say that, and it's good because we all going forward together. We're improving, all of us are improving at the same time. I feel it great to build your experience by yourself instead of learning everything from someone else. So I think that's a really good point of this team. I'm looking forward to see them, talk with them, and maybe try to get a little bit of what they've been experiencing during this leg. And we've got a good team spirit all together, so we're gonna have a good time when they come ashore.
And with his team leading the fleet for the first time since the start of the race, Sébastien can be proud of his teammates.
That's for sure the best leg the boat have been sailed until now, so it's really good. We seem like we find another gear in terms of boat speed, downwind, in big breeze. 4 boats can win this leg, but they're closest to Itajaí than the other, so they've got the best chance right now, and I'm sure they're going to do as much as they can to win it.
Back on the water, the 4 leading boats are approaching Cape Horn. For some sailors, the journey to get there has been a long one. Ryan Houston and Gerd-Jan Poortman both have a similar story.
Bit of carnage. All good. We're out of here. I'm already wet through.
They first tried to round Cape Horn together 2 races ago on board Team Delta Lloyd. Unfortunately, the boat had a significant crack in its hull and they had to stop racing. And by luck, or the lack of it, both Ryan and Gerd-Jan hurt themselves on separate occasions, so missing out on Cape Horn yet again. But this time, they're both ready for it.
Now we're like 24 hours away from the Cape Horn, the mighty Cape Horn, so it feels really exciting, but it's more a accomplishment feeling, you know, after all these years, and You know, with ABN I missed out with my back, and then you had to let these guys go, you know, a youth team. It was the dream of your life, and then you saw it, you know, evaporate. And that was actually the toughest part, and then Delta, yeah, the boat broke down. But yeah, no, now to be able to do it and be fighting for first place around the Horn, that would make it even more nicer. But no, it's fantastic.
For me, personally, getting to the Horn has been taken a long time. I've tried to do it twice now, this being the third time. The first time I missed due to a boat breakage, and the second time due to an illness. So for me, it's always been something that I want to do since I started sailing. We're not there yet. Once we go round, I'll consider it a tick in my life or on my bucket list, or just one of those all-time goals in sailing.
As an added bonus for Ryan, his team is approaching the Horn in the lead.
I guess it'd be pretty surreal to be first round in the fleet. That would also be, you know, a highlight. I didn't expect us to sort of, well, I should have expected us to be leading, but I didn't, and we've done a good job, and it's been pretty cool to be in the front of the pack for 2 weeks now almost in quite testing conditions for the boats. Definitely if we could make it round first, that would be a lasting memory for sure, even more so.
I have to say that whatever happens between now and Cape Horn, it's been just an amazing performance by the team. I mean, we have just slugged it out there with the best in the world, and currently sitting in first. It's impressive as to how far we've come as a team. I don't think anyone would have predicted this to be the placings at the beginning of this yacht race.
There are a few places that hold mythical status in the sailing world, and Cape Horn is one of them. With its legendary stories of storms and shipwrecks, rounding Cape Horn is like a rite of passage for offshore sailors. Situated at the end of the earth in the land of fire, it's also home to the most southern lighthouse in the world. As the Volvo Ocean Fleet approaches, the Chilean lighthouse keeper on duty is making contact.
Abu Dhabi, this is Cape Horn Control calling you over.
Sacramento de Cabo Norte, Sacramento de Cabo Norte, aquí yate Abu Dhabi. ¿Escuchas cambio?
Tengo muchos trabajos, de verdad que son variados, pero el principal de todos es el control del tráfico marítimo. Ese es uno de los que en este momento me encuentro haciendo a través de la regata Volvo Ocean Race. Las condiciones más malas que yo he visto en estos 4 meses es con una ola aproximada de 10 metros sobrepasando la roca. Fue un día que estuvo demasiado malo. Eso aproximadamente hace unas 3 semanas. Aquí el viento máximo que yo he registrado en estos 4 meses son 106 nudos. Y con 106 nudos, todos los monumentos erigidos aquí se mueven. Incluso la casa y el faro también vibra con ese viento tan fuerte. Son 106 nudos, es mucho viento, de verdad. Y las personas no se pueden mantener en pie con esa cantidad de viento. Yo tampoco. Todo el tiempo yo tengo que salir. Pero cuando salgo con ese viento, no puedo respirar. Es difícil. Mucho viento.
Atento, Mafre, de Alcamarornos.
Carabornos, aquí Mafre, a bordo 9 personas, todos en perfecto estado. 9 personas, todos en perfecto estado.
De Alcamarornos recibido, gracias por la información. Mantengo canal 16 por cualquier requerimiento de su parte. Cambio.
For the 4 leading boats, their trip into the southern oceans is coming to an end, as rounding Cape Horn is also the start of the fleet heading back north. For the first-timer, it's an emotional experience.
It's unreal. It's a pretty indescribable feeling, really. Been been working really hard. It's obviously the realization of a multi-year dream for us, and to be here and leading the race at this point, it's surreal. This is a life moment, one of those things you won't ever forget. So just trying to soak it all in, really.
For the seasoned sailors, it's still as enjoyable as their first rounding, especially if you're in the lead.
This is the 8th time around, and will certainly count as one of the most memorable roundings of Cape Horn. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this team. Just an awesome bunch of guys that they all put in hard.
Could get really light
and you know, we're here because of great teamwork.
So that was my 4th time around, and probably the most memorable. Best conditions by far, and pretty cool, great bunch of guys, and very, very satisfying moment. I mean, we all understand we've got 2,000 miles left to go in this yacht race, and anything can happen, and it probably will, because it's a really tricky part of the world, but you know, celebrate success when it comes, and that was a good one. So really, really good effort.
And for Ryan and Gerd-Jan, they have finally made it.
Just quietly stoked. Not overly excited, but pretty happy. Definitely have to be down here to experience it, to appreciate it, and to live it, really. So I'm just enjoying the time that we have down here at the moment.
There she is. Fantastic day, Cape Horn. Speechless. 3 times. It's for me a beautiful moment in my sailing career. It's maybe a bit overdone. These young guys that do it one time the race and they round it straight away. But for me, it's been a bit more of an effort. And I know it's been hyped a lot, but I love it. And beautiful moment, beautiful day. Right. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and my wife and my kids for making it all possible. Because this is an experience, it's second to none. I've been driving before the Horn, coming into it, massive waves, and just couldn't stop jumping up and down. So the words, it's been emotional, fits the spot, I reckon. Now, we have 1,700 miles to win this leg. Let's get back to business.
Today is an even bigger day, as even for the ones who have been here before, seeing Cape Horn itself is not always possible.
Never knew whether I'd get to see it. Last time I came around I was 45 miles offshore and it was the middle of the night. So, as you can see, big smiles. Racing is awesome. We've got Alba Medica just here. We're ripping into the back of them, probably about 3 miles behind. We've got a big rain squall here. Parko's driving 25 knots. Great. Very exciting.
Mapfre's Andre Fonseca is the only Brazilian in the race. But he's not the only one who's really excited about arriving in Itajaí.
Here we have plenty of t-shirts for Andres Fonseca's friends and family and fans that want to support him. So we brought from Spain some t-shirts, special t-shirts for them. It has Fonseca's friend, as you can see. Andre is the only Brazilian in the fleet, the only sailor. So we feel like the Brazilian team in some way, and we have been seeing that everybody in Itajaí supports our team. So we have to give something them back. Everybody's quite excited to see the boats arriving here, and we expect crowds and lots of people. We could see already with the opening of the race village that it was very busy, and they are really looking forward to see the sailors and the teams here.
As the crowds are gathering in the race village, the sailors' families want to celebrate for their loved ones still racing at sea.
Las famosas camisas. See? I'm so happy but a little nervous because the Brazilian is so exciting that I can't imagine. Today my telephone don't stop. The villa is with a lot of people, and when the people see the only Brazilian, they will be crazy. And I'm happy, a little nervous to see my husband because I know that he is a little tired, but I can explain how happy I am.
The following morning, Team SCA is rounding Cape Horn. The all-female team may be in a different weather system than the leaders, but the fighting spirit on board is still very high. But not everybody is celebrating. As the crew on board Dongfeng arrive in Ushuaia to assess their problems, skipper Charles has to make a tough call.
We decided to retire from the lake. Considering the weather, it's impossible to finish the race. That means to finish the race, that means we have to go back to Cape Horn and with a jury rig, which is we can't use a big sail, so we'll be very slow. So if we want to be ready, we have to leave as soon as possible Ushuaia, go straight to Itajaí, use the engine and the small sails we can use. So that's a challenge against time. We need to be at least, I think, 1 week before the start of the leg to be ready to take the start of the new leg. So we are 2,000 miles from Itajaí. We need about, for me, 10 days, 10 to 12 days. So it's a very, we are running after time. The main problem for us is to live with a jury rig, and if on the port side we have a very strong wind, on the starboard side we have only one spreader, so we need to make a spreader, which is not easy. We need to find cable to replace the cable we break, and then we will be able to say that we have a safe rig to leave Ushuaia. This is a big challenge, to make a jury rig in 2 days in Ushuaia, where we are not on the dock. There is absolutely no shop for sailing boat. We are very sad to be there for sure, to have finished, but I like this adventure. Since today we are in a real adventure, and that's also what we are looking when we do the Volvo Ocean Race.
Not wasting any time, the crew goes to work. They need to get the boat safe and sea-ready for boat captain Graham Torrell and his shore team to sail it back to Brazil, whilst the race crew will rest and travel by land. It's not an easy moment in a skipper's life to hand over his boat, but Charles knows that this is the only way he can keep his team in the race.
Take care that the heading is never really good, because you know the calibration is impossible to do with the So just confirm with the cog from the chart table. Sometimes there is 10 degrees different.
We're just about to leave Ushuaia here. Local time, we are just after 7 o'clock. So you can see it's starting to get dark and ominous behind us, so we're going to let the sailors get off and we're going to do our bit now and see if we can get this fine bus up to Itajaí with a new rig. So thank you, Ushuaia. We're out of here.
Back in the real life.
Back in the real life. Life at the extreme.
With thousands of miles to go and the clock ticking, Dongfeng Race Team is in a race of its own. Next week, the leading teams arrive in Brazil. The boatyard goes full steam ahead. And the Franco-Chinese crew is battling the odds to be ready on time.
The guys are about 1,000 miles from here, and we'll have about 3-4 days to get the boat ready.